You must be wondering what I've been doing lately. No videos have been uploaded recently. There's been a lot of changes in the company. We're no longer on the road. Is the company closed down? No, it's not closed down. Did we just stop all operations? No. Just changes being made because the numbers were not adding up. All right, so let me explain to you my situation here, and I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real and honest with you guys. All right, because definitely the single car hauler thing, it's definitely a good money maker, but it also depends on where you're coming from. You know what I mean? It definitely depends on where you're coming from. When I first got my license, got my CDL in 2007, it was hard for me to find a job. I got a job at a pallet company, and at the time it was paying about $14 an hour. And in those days, companies were already paying about 17. We're talking about back 2007, roughly around 2007. So a lot of companies were already paying between $17 and $18 an hour for truck drivers. And we're talking about company drivers. So I worked there for about a couple of years. I applied to a bread company that distributes, well, pretty much most of the tri-state area. It was a spot here in Jersey. So I went in, applied. It was a graveyard shift job, and I got the job. When I got in, it was starting at 17 an hour during the probation period. It was about 18 and change after the probation period. It wasn't bad. And I've been there ever since. We're looking at 11, maybe 12 years. 11 to 12 years in this company. In this company, I started off as a driver. See, and the thing is that when I work at a particular job, I put pride in my work. You know, I put a lot of effort in what I do. So after working there about 2 years, my position changed from graveyard shift driver to vacation cover. I was covering vacations, which was a plus because you cover vacation maybe 6 weeks out of the year or 8 weeks out of the year, but the rest of the year you're doing drop and hook. It's just a shuttle run going from Jersey to Massachusetts and then back. So to me that was a plus because I was getting tired of the graveyard shift, but I mean I was used to it, didn't matter. So I did that for about another year and a half, and then I got promoted to supervisor. But a few years later I got promoted to manager. So I'm a manager at this location. My pay is pretty good, let's put it like that. My pay is pretty good. I can't complain. My pay is pretty good. Before anything, I want to give a shout out to Dave Ramsey's. Check out his podcast. You know, he explained a method on how to pay off your debt and become debt free. My wife and I, we put our heads together. We started tackling all our debt. We had to sacrifice a few dinners and fun time with the family. And within 6 to 8 months, we were completely debt free. So I do recommend you check out his podcast. He's on YouTube. No, I'm not getting any money for this. I'm just giving you good advice. Dave Ramsey's, look him up. Anyway, I was debt free. My credit score was top. We had some money saved up, and I decided, okay, you know what? We were gonna look into getting a house. But then I thought to myself, and I said, okay, why not? Why take the money we saved up and why put it into a house and put ourselves into a bigger debt. Why not start a business and have the money work for us? Let's invest in something that's gonna double and triple our money. So I was looking around, searching around, seeing what makes sense. And when I ran into the hot shot, because I was thinking tractor, get a truck. But when I saw the hot shot business and how that runs, I said, okay, you know what, this makes sense. I saw a video by Toad Piglet. I saw a video by Hot Shot Benny. I saw videos by oh man, you know what, I'm gonna put a list of all the hot shot guys that I saw right on the screen so you guys can see. And all of these guys provided so much good information. You take a little bit of each one and put it all together, and you're set, you're ready to roll. So I came to a decision. I did my LLC, I did my EIN, I activated my MC number, but then I realized I need to get an equipment. So I started going to the dealerships, and I'm thinking I could get an equipment, put it under my company name. My credit score is good. I can get a dually, finance it. I can get a trailer and finance it. So I went ahead and started searching, hunting. I hit a few dealerships, and they refused to put it under the company name because the company was brand new. But they were telling me that I could put it under my name, and I just couldn't figure out how that was going to work. Now, a lot of people were telling me that you can lease it. I could get it under my name and then lease it to my company name. But at the time, I didn't understand how that works. It was something like, it didn't make sense to me at the time. I mean, now I understand, but at that time, last year, I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to I was wondering how you file your taxes and set all that up and put it under your expense if it's leased under the company name. But anyway, so I came to find out, after hitting a couple of dealerships, they hit my credit, and my credit score had dropped big time, just for them screening and hitting my credit. So I couldn't understand. I was lost, I was frustrated. I didn't have a dually, and the clock was ticking because the letter for the MC number had stated that I had so many days to get this done, or else the license was going to be revoked, or the number was going to be revoked, the MC number. So I started going through Facebook to see if I could find a used truck, and my brother-in-law had informed me of a unit that was for sale in Maryland, and that's where I found my truck, my F350. Mind you, I already gotten a quote on the insurance for the other units that I was looking into from the dealer, and the insurance wanted, it was about $4,000 down with $2,000 a month. Another one was, let's see, yeah, it was $4,000 down and almost $2,000 a month. When I bought this unit used, I contacted the insurance company to get a quote, and it ended up being $2,000 down with $800 a month. So I said, okay, why is that? And the lady on the phone had informed me that it was because it's not financed, the vehicle's fully purchased, and I didn't need all that extra coverage. I said, okay, fine, that's perfect. Then I went and started searching for the trailer. So I said, okay, what can I do here? What can I do here? Because I don't think this truck can handle. Maybe I can get a 24-foot trailer. Maybe, let me see what I can do. You can hear my wiper blades. They're just vibrating on the windshield. Anyway, so as I'm trying to figure out what to do, I'm going through YouTube, and I find Ty from White Hauling, and I see him pulling the single car hauler, and I said, wait a minute, hold on a second, single car hauler. And I went up, started looking up prices for the trailer, and I said, oh wow, these are not that expensive compared to the 40-foot straight deck, and the 30 and the 20, I think it was a 28 footer, 24 footer. Anyway, I realized, okay, you know what? I can do car hauling. I searched up some videos on how to strap them up and how to do all that stuff, and I said, okay, you know what? Maybe I should start small. I started doing some research, found some good prices. My son and I went to PA to go look for the trailer. I forgot what location we went to first. They had none available. So we ended up driving 5 hours into PA. I think it was called Irving, Pennsylvania, to this trailer company that Ty himself had recommended. Best Trailers, I think it was called. So I went down there, looked it up. Went down there, we saw the trailer. I had already researched on the size, the government weight rating, what I needed to match my truck, because my truck had a towing capacity of 10,000 pounds. So I knew that no matter what, I wasn't going to go over 10,000 pounds. So I said, let me max out and get a trailer that's 99, that's governed at 9,900. So I got myself a 20 foot by 7 and started doing the run. And believe me, I had a lot of fun. The experience was amazing. I learned a lot. I learned how to dispatch myself, and it was looking good. That whole summer was looking good. Made good money. Everything was good. But then something started to happen. And that's when I said, wait a minute, hold on a second. Because I'm still working at my job. And then I'm doing this on the side. I'm doing it on my days off. If I have to work the evening shift at my job, I'll run this during the day. I'll do 2 or 3 quick drops and go straight to work with the truck and the trailer and all. And then work the night shift over there. I started calculating the numbers and I said, okay, you know what? Because I noticed the gas prices started to go up. When the gas prices started to go up, I started calculating everything. I said, wait a minute, this isn't looking right now. Now, I am making money. I'm making money. So I'm moving, I'm pushing it. My final goal was, if I can make at least minimum half more than what I'm making now at the job I'm working at, it'll be easier for me to make the decision to leave my job and dedicate myself full time at the car hauler game. But I have to make at least minimum half more than what I'm making. Doesn't have to be exactly double, but at least half more. So I started calculating everything, my expenses. I'm looking at the numbers, I'm calculating the days of the week, and I'm using, because you got good days and you got bad days. So I'm putting all that into consideration, putting everything to the fact that, and for a moment, I was almost there. I saw the numbers, it looked right. But then the fuel prices went up again. And then all of a sudden I'm cutting even with what I make at my job. So I'm like, okay, that's not good. That's not good. So I'm cutting even with my job. I'm like, all right. So I push a little bit, and then the tolls went up and the fuel prices went up again. And then that's when I said, you know what? This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work because if this is happening right now, and the way the situation is, in the future right now, it's not looking promising. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm comparing it to what I make at my job. Now, if I was a regular company truck driver, oh man, forget about it. Yeah, I'll be making more doing the car hauling. I'll definitely be making more doing the car hauling. I'm being for real. I'm being real, because when we make moves, it's with a goal and with a purpose. And the purpose is always to step up, to move up. You know what I mean? Now, if I take a step down, I'm not gonna grow. I'm not gonna grow at all. I need to make a step up. I looked at the prices. I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And then my wife had mentioned to me, she said, don't forget, we need health insurance. We got to figure out a way to get health insurance. And I did my calculations, and that's when I said, no, this is definitely not a step up. This is going to be a step down for me. Now, like I said, this is my situation. This is not everybody else's situation. Some people do make out better and make more money than what I was making. But I'm just giving you what I was going through. That way you could prepare yourself when you're making these decisions. Your numbers, make sure the numbers are right. Your numbers are right. If I was let's say I was a regular, if I was making minimum wage, oh, forget that. Car hauling all the way. Car hauling all the way. Single car hauling, give it to me. If I had no other choice and they told me I was gonna get laid off at my job, car hauling all the way. Single car, give it to me all the way. You know what I mean? But like I said, I've been in this company for 10 years. You know, the money I'm making is good. I just needed something better. I also wanted to leave something for my family. You know what I mean? As I'm stressing, trying to figure out, okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Because I didn't want to just shut it all down and just say, forget about the whole thing. My brother-in-law came up to me and said, listen, you know how to use that load board, right? And I said, yeah. Like, how do you dispatch yourself? How do you find loads? Like, what do you do? And I told him, you know, I make phone calls, I look up the loads, I look at specific, I dispatch myself pretty much. And then he asked me if I can help him and a couple of his guys, his friends, dispatch them. And I asked him, I said, well, what do you mean dispatch? Like, how are you guys running now? Because they got box trucks. They got a set of box trucks of their own. And then he said, well, we're dealing with this one broker, but you know, we're you know, sometimes they have loads, sometimes they don't, sometimes we're moving, sometimes we're not, but they, you know, whenever they can't find nothing, you know, we're just not on the road. And I said, wait a minute, you guys are stuck with this one broker, but the broker won't go on the load board and at least let you get some extra money dealing with other brokers? And they said, you know what, I'm just realizing now, I think he said something in the line of the authority that he's under might be connected with that broker, but they're getting, him and his boys are getting their own authorities, or maybe one or two have their own authorities, and he's transferring over to them. I'm trying to remember how the conversation went, but that's besides the point. What happened was, he gave me the idea of dispatch. So I started searching online and looking up how people become independent dispatchers, and one thing led to another, and before you know it, I'm sitting here applying to become a broker. Yeah, I said it. Ford D's Transport is transitioning to become a brokerage. We're going to become a freight broker business. So there you have it. I'm able to do with this here, I'm able to continue working where I work at and set up loads, look for shippers. As crazy as it may sound, it makes sense to me. It wasn't that the vehicle hauling or the single car hauling was a failure. It is not a failure. It's just not, it was not making the mark that I was going for. That's it. So I don't want you to think that the single car hauling is something you don't want to do. If you're at a corporate level in your job where you're working at, single car hauler is not recommended because you're coming down. If you're at a corporate level, I suggest you go for a dually with a 3-car hauler or more. Get yourself a tractor with a trailer that can pull 9. Get yourself a dually with a 40-foot deck. You know what I mean? That's the step you want to go if you're at corporate level right now. You do not want to go from corporate level to a single car hauler because you'll notice there's a difference there. Now, if you are the average worker, yes. If you're a regular box truck driver from the company you work for, or you're the regular truck driver of a company, because you know, when it's different when you have your own equipment. But if you're a company driver, then I would suggest for you to look into the single car hauler. You know, I would prefer 2 cars. The double car hauler even better. You could do that. You can start there and up. Anything above that is fine. It's fine. But if you're a corporate level, single car hauler is not for you. You're gonna notice the difference, and you'll be a little bit disappointed. Real quickly, for those of you guys that are trying to get in to doing the hot shot, doing the car hauler, the single car hauler, anything, make sure that before you actually make a final purchase on trailers or trucks, get the VIN number first, contact the insurance company, and get a quote first. I was speaking to a friend of mine. And was a guy I met through YouTube. He called me up, had some questions, and I was walking him through the whole process. You know, he already had most of the stuff already set. And then his situation was when he, not when he got the trailer. His situation was that he got all the equipment, he purchased his trailer, and then when he contacted the insurance company to get his insurance set, he was struck by the price and he wasn't ready for it, and it stopped everything in his track. I mean, good thing is that he has a job. He got his thing going, which is good. It's not as if he gave it all up and ran to this with, you know, empty pockets. But you know, it struck him, and he realized that the money was not there for the insurance, and it put a dead stop to everything. And immediately he realized he wasn't ready to make that step, and then now he's taking steps backwards and is trying to sell his trailer, and pretty much going, you know, he couldn't get his foot in. And he has a trailer now that he's trying to sell. And you don't want to get to that point where you're almost at the finish line and the insurance company is what breaks you. You know what I mean? And I remember hearing somebody say that the insurance company, it was on YouTube. Was it Toe Piglet, or was it, I can't remember who it was, but I remember somebody said the insurance company will be what either makes you or breaks you, I think is what he said. But it's a sad situation. You know, I was walking the guy through. He got his trailer. I was happy for him. He already had his truck, got MC number, everything's looking good. And then he asked me, what insurance do I recommend? I told him that there's others out there, but I recommended the one that I didn't recommend. I told him to shop around, and then I said, this is the one that I use. And when he contacted the insurance company, he called me back and he was in total shock. he was in total shock of the price, and then I could hear the stress in his voice where he said, "Oh no, what did I do? No, I can't get this started. I don't have the money for it. This is almost impossible. This is crazy. I wasn't expecting it to be this much." So I do recommend for all of you guys to definitely get the VIN number, call the insurance company over the phone, and just get a quick quote before purchasing the equipment, because you want to make sure you can afford the insurance, or at least that down payment, and you want to at least have 1 or 2 months that you could pay off, because in the beginning it will get rough. It'll be hard to find loads in the beginning. It'll be hard, because there's a certain period that you got to go before before brokers consider you to be, ready to take loads. But that's it for now. I don't know what content I'm gonna be making going forward. I do have a couple of old footage from last year when I was still running, but I don't know if it's even relevant now, because it's not what I'm doing. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys suggest I should do? I mean, the videos are gonna stay because it's helpful for a lot of people out there. Those older videos, they're gonna stay. Plus it shows where I'm coming from. I'm not sure if I should continue making videos of the dispatching side of the business or the broker side of the business. There's a few guys on YouTube that are doing a great job providing the information. There's on how to do it and how it runs and how it works. But I don't know if I should just do that or just turn this into a vlogging channel. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. One thing for sure is that this is gonna give me an opportunity to spend more time with my family. And there's another project that I've been trying to work on, which I have put it completely on hold. I'm thinking maybe this is the opportunity for me to go back. As some of you guys might know or might assume, on my videos I'm always putting God bless, is because I am a Christian, and the Lord had put it into my heart a long time ago to start a podcast called Free in Christ Radio. I don't know if maybe this is what my adventures is going to be leading towards, because doing the dispatching and the freight broker, this will give me more time to work on these other projects that I have. I don't know if this is where I'm going to be going to, but you guys let me know in the comments below. That's all I have for now. To all my subscribers, love you guys. Awesome support. I wish I could keep pushing the single car hauler thing. Let's see where this goes. But those of you who are making it and it's benefiting you, bro, keep it rolling, keep it going. Don't let anything bring you down. Make sure you're making right decisions, calculative decisions, and be safe. God bless, be safe, and there's one last thing I want to say. Let's go, Brandon.